The ancient threads of the South, the sacred costumes of the Cham, Khmer, and Thai civilizations. Before kings built temples, before scribes carved stone, humankind expressed its soul through fabric. In the lands of monsoon winds and golden rice fields, the ancient peoples of Champa, Angkor, and Siam wove not only garments, but identities. Their fabrics carried symbols of gods, fertility, and order. Their ornaments reflected both devotion and hierarchy. Each civilization spoke through thread and color, proclaiming who they were and what they believed in. This is the story of how the ancient peoples of Southeast Asia dressed to honor the divine, to rule their kingdoms, and to preserve their spirits for eternity. Chapter 1 and E. The Cham, children of the sea and fire. On the long, narrow strip of land that hugged the South China Sea, the kingdom of Champa flourished between the 2nd and 15th centuries. It was a world of sailors and sculptors, temples and trade, and above all, a people who found beauty in rhythm and motion. The Cham inherited the spiritual pulse of India through maritime trade. Hinduism shaped their art, architecture, and yes, their clothing. Yet they reimagined it in their own way, lighter, freer, alive with the breath of the tropics. Cham men, often warriors or sailors, wore short loincloths, kandara, wrapped at the waist, leaving the torso bare to the sun and wind. When attending rituals, they donned long scarves across one shoulder, echoing the robes of Hindu priests. Gold armlets and bronze earrings signified rank. The higher the position, the finer the metal. Cham women were the keepers of grace. Their garments, known from reliefs at Misun and Trakyu, were woven of cotton or silk, clinging to the body like rippling water. They wore sarongs dyed in deep crimson or indigo, fastened with ornate belts and embroidered hems. Hair was coiled into elaborate knots, often crowned with a golden pin resembling a lotus bud, the symbol of purity. In ritual dances to honor the goddess Po Nagar, their clothing shimmered in motion, echoing the flicker of sacred fire. Even their jewelry followed sacred geometry, bracelets in circular symmetry to represent the eternal wheel of life. To the Cham, clothing was never mere fabric. It was a prayer one could wear. Chapter 2, the Khmer, the golden weave of Angkor. Far to the west, rising from the jungles and rivers of Cambodia, stood the Khmer Empire, the realm of Angkor, founded in the 9th century. Where the Cham were wanderers of the sea, the Khmer were masters of earth and stone. Their art and attire embodied balance, hierarchy, and divine order. The Khmer kings ruled as Devaraja, god kings, believed to be earthly incarnations of Shiva or Vishnu. Their costumes reflected not only majesty, but cosmic symbolism. Men's attire, the sampat, was the foundation of Khmer clothing. It was a long cloth wrapped around the waist and drawn between the legs, tucked in front to form a fan-like pleat. The humble wore simple cotton sampats. The nobles wore silk woven with gold threads. For ceremonies, the king's sampat gleamed with gemstones, symbolizing the sun's rays. Women adorned themselves with the sampat chang kaben, a style draped and folded tightly, allowing elegant movement during ritual dance. They wore bust bands, jeweled belts, layered necklaces, and armlets shaped like naga serpents, the protectors of the kingdom. Hair was gathered high, crowned with tiaras of lotus petals. These details were not random. They reflected the Khmer worldview, where the human body was a miniature cosmos. At Angkor Wat, thousands of Apsaras, celestial dancers, are carved on the walls. Their attire is nearly identical to the real garments once worn at the royal court. Their smiles, eternally calm, seem to breathe the rhythm of an empire confident in its divine harmony. Color also defined status: gold for divinity, red for courage, green for fertility and renewal, white for purity and ritual. The Khmer did not only build with stone, they dressed in devotion. Every robe, every bracelet, every crown was a manifestation of cosmic law, where the king stood at the center, connecting heaven and earth. Chapter 3. The Thai. Silk of the River Kingdoms. When Angkor declined, new kingdoms rose along the Chao Phraya River, the heartland of the Thai peoples, ancestors of modern Thailand. The Thais were weavers by tradition, turning silk into an art form that shimmered like sunlight on water. From Sukhothai to Ayutthaya, clothing reflected both Buddhist serenity and royal splendor. Men wore the Chong Praben, similar to the Khmer Sampat but tied differently, suitable for both battle and court life. A sash, Fa Biang, draped over the shoulder, signified dignity and readiness. Women wore the Fa Sin, a tubular silk skirt dyed in gradients of red, gold, and blue, colors of the heavens. Their upper bodies were wrapped in silk shawls called sabai, leaving one shoulder bare, a style both sensual and reverent. What set Thai textiles apart was their astonishing craftsmanship. Patterns of lotus, flame, and diamonds were hand-woven with metallic thread, representing spiritual purity and royal blessing. Even color was celestial, yellow for Sunday, honoring the sun, pink for Tuesday, symbolizing Mars, green for Wednesday for Mercury. Each day had its robe, and each robe had its prayer. In royal ceremonies, dancers in Khon masks reenacted the Ramakien, the Thai version of the Ramayana. Their costumes glittered with sequins and gold leaf, transforming the stage into heaven itself. Silk, faith, and art became inseparable, a living mandala in motion. Chapter 4. Threads that bind three civilizations. Though their languages and gods differed, the Cham, Khmer, and Thai shared the same artistic soul. All three believed that the human form was sacred, that to dress it was to honor the gods. Their motifs, the Naga serpent, the lotus, the celestial dancer, appeared across their art, sculpture, and clothing alike. A Khmer woman's sampat, a Cham dancer's sarong, a Thai princess's fa sin, all were variations of the same cosmic idea, that beauty and faith were one and the same. These civilizations exchanged not only trade, but also craftsmanship and meaning. Cham sailors brought fine cloth from India. Khmer weavers absorbed patterns and techniques. Thai artisans refined them into royal splendor. The result was a cultural tapestry spanning the entire Indo-Chinese peninsula, a shared visual language of devotion through design. Chapter 5. The Eternal Fabric of Memory. Centuries passed, kingdoms fell, forests reclaimed temples, but fabric, soft and fragile, proved to be eternal in another way.
It lived on in festivals, in dances, in the silent pride of people who still remembered. Today, when Cham women perform the ritual dance of Po Nagar, they still wear crimson shawls like those once seen on ancient towers. When Cambodian dancers glide through the Apsara ballet, their shimmering sampats and crowns resurrect the splendor of Angkor. When Thai women celebrate royal ceremonies in Chut Thai Chakri, they bring back the grace of Sukhothai and Ayutthaya. The hands may have changed, but the thread is the same. These costumes are not relics, they are living bridges to history. They remind us that Southeast Asia's greatest power was never conquest or gold. It was beauty, shaped by belief. Epilogue. The Weavers of Time. In the end, every civilization leaves behind monuments of stone. But the Cham, the Khmer, and the Thai left something softer and perhaps more enduring. They left fabric infused with faith, worn by dancers and kings alike, testifying that the human desire for harmony never dies.
As the wind stirs the silks of modern dancers in Phnom Penh, Ninh Thuan, or Bangkok, it carries whispers from 1,000 years ago. We wove what we believed. We dressed not for the world, but for the gods.